Moving on, let's talk some Killer Kross. He's no longer in WWE, and like Seth Rollins' injury and some other stuff, and with Naomi announcing she was pregnant, we don't know what to believe anymore, right? When things get announced, we just hear the rumors, and we don't know if they're true. Naomi did confirm she is pregnant, so she did have to relinquish the championship this past week on Monday, and Seth Rollins confirmed he was not injured. He cashed in Money in the Bank. He is the current World Heavyweight Champion. But as for Karrion Kross, the rumors were out there of was this a work? What was going on? But it's been announced he's got his first post-WWE gig September 21st at WrestlePro in Rahway, New Jersey. So let me ask you, obviously, Brandon, so you believe this is not a work still, right? And did you believe it was a work before? Was this confirmation for you? What was your understanding of Karrion Kross before like this announcement made? What was your theories on what was going on?
At first, I figured this. I thought they were working things. That's my initial, thoughts on it. But I do have some friends down in the Jersey area. Shout out to my boy Sturch. He does a lot of work down there. He does a lot of partnerships. He's very involved in the wrestling game down in New Jersey. And from what I've been told, he's getting hit up left and right. Like that's obvious. Like I think that's an obvious answer. But yeah, there's a lot of promoters out there that are really trying to get their hands on Kross. So to me, if he's really opening those doors right now, I don't see why you would start booking things like a ton of things if you're just going to say no a month later. You know what I mean? Like it's very it's very interesting. But I hope it all turns around because Kross in WWE, and like it was. To me, it never went the way it should have went. Like the fans loved him.
It's crazy because obviously he had that second chance, right? We all saw what happened with Vince. We all saw how he essentially treated Karrion Kross when he got to the main roster and essentially killed it. But when Triple H brought him back, let him be him. He was actually, and I guess what's strange about all of this, he was only getting better. Like it's just so confusing. It seemed like it had to be fake because why would WWE be doing this, right? Why would they be hearing the fans? Why would Karrion Kross be more popular than he's ever been where people want him pushed and then he's not renewed? Like, I don't understand what's going on from the WWE perspective. If I was asked WWE, like, what happened with Karrion Kross? Like, yeah, he didn't renew, but why? Why didn't he renew? Why didn't he beat Sami Zayn at SummerSlam? Like, what is going on with any of this?
Here's the other thing that kind of crossed my mind a little bit because we've talked about it before. Kross has a book that just came out. Like it literally just came out like in the recent days, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing some indie shows and also doing some book tours because he has been booked on some book tours, like, some meet and greets and autographs and, things like that. I wonder if he's going to make the rounds doing a little bit of indie and then a little bit of the book signing. And then, maybe he's just taking a couple months off and we see him at a Royal Rumble or something. Like it's like that could possibly happen because maybe they have kind of a deal in place. Like, hey, because Kross to me comes off very, very professional and he comes off, very business savvy. And just from watching what he does, not only in the wrestling business, but outside the wrestling business, he's very professional in what he does. So for me personally, it wouldn't surprise me if WWE has the contract ready to go for him. And he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go do the book signing stuff. I'm going to go do some indie shows, and then, when the time's right, we'll get back to business together. That wouldn't surprise me with Kross, honestly.
Yeah, it's just hard to think about the fact that obviously they like I said, we were not surprised that he got let go. We were surprised that they even had him lose at SummerSlam. That's like how hot he is. And it just didn't really make sense that you're like, okay, he's on this pay-per-view. I don't know what took so long to get him on the PLE, but here he is on the PLE Finally, we're moving in the right direction. That's literally like having a stalled car, and then you're like, just turn the engine, just turn the engine. And then finally they're like, oh, is this how you turn it? Okay, we're moving forward. We're moving forward. We're moving like slowly. Why are we going faster? Let's go fast. Okay, you're moving. I won't complain. You're moving. Okay, that's great. And then all of a sudden, let's put it in reverse and just go completely the back. You're like, what are we doing? We were unhappy that you were going forward slowly. Why are we going backwards? Just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know if I hope he goes back to WWE because frankly, I don't know. We already had the Vince McMahon experience. Now we had the Triple H experience. I mean, if he goes back to WWE, what are they going to do? They're not going to say like, listen, we're not going to drop the ball on because they just did. And I don't know what else can be said or can be done essentially to fix their idea, what they want with Karrion Kross. I don't know what he's not doing that they're saying that we need this out of him for him to be in the world title picture or something like that. I don't know what that is. I'd love to maybe someday on WWE Unreal, they'll reveal all of that because it's just so confusing because there isn't, it's like getting rid of LA Knight 2 years ago, right? Like this is the same equivalent, right? Having LA Knight be at the top of the game 2 years ago, having him in the Money in the Bank, where people are like, he's obviously going to win this Money in the Bank. He's the most over thing. Why isn't he champion already? And then be like, he's released. Like that's what this is. Like, huh? You had him lose was a surprise. Like that you let him go is a bigger surprise because like that just, I don't understand it. But kudos to him. Go out there. You couldn't be hitting the indies any hotter if you were him. There's no one who's hit the indies any hotter. Some other ones have been released before, and they've been kind of cool hitting the indies, like Shotzi, for example. She's pretty hot on the indies, but she went in kind of after not being utilized enough on WWE. Even Cody Rhodes, right? He didn't hit the indies right away as like the hottest market. Karrion Kross is literally coming off of the most recent PLE, and where fans wanted him to essentially be the main part of that card. And that's the most recent appearance. So 3 weeks ago, he was in WWE where 80,000 people essentially, or whatever that stadium holds, was cheering for him and wanted him to be pushed as high as mountain. And now he's going to be at an indie show in a month. So it's going to be a tough ticket to see him. I hope he succeeds. He's going to succeed because, like I said,
hey,
it's the hottest thing in the
maybe he'll go to GCW and we'll see him somewhere in the Northeast soon.
Yeah.